You know, D'Lo, being a fellow Nation of Domination member, I know how to spot someone who's into violence. I know how to spot just a killer. And this guy, Devion, he's a killer, man. He's out there. He's hungry. When they had this ladder match at Bubba's Brewhouse, Devion and Rook Tyler, they just kept going after each other. It was like they wanted a piece of each other. And now, a couple months later, they're going to get that wish right here in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
That's the thing. When you have that angst with someone, when you have that competitive nature with someone, you look forward to every time you can step back in the ring with them. And tonight is an example of that.
Well, Walker, we have seen both of these young men making this impact in Texoma Pro Wrestling. Both of these men have been in Texoma right about the same time. Rook has been on one end of the spectrum making an impact. Devion's been on the other end, if you will, doing the sneaky underhanded things, jumping Malik Mayfield, making his life a living heck. So we have two unstoppable forces here, two guys on a rocket ship straight to the top, and they're combusting today, head-to-head with each other.
For the very first time yesterday, we saw Rook Tyler pick up a loss within 6 months. He was on a 6-month winning streak, and Aaron Sykes handed him his very first loss. Tonight, he's looking to bounce back, to recuperate, to gain some momentum back in Texoma Pro Wrestling.
And that's the sign of a true pro, when you can take adversity, you can take a loss, bury it away, short memory, come back the next night and start a new winning streak. Let's see if that can happen.
D'Lo, you mentioned short memory. I spoke to Rook just momentarily in the back. He wasn't even concerned about last night. He said he's learned from it, but right now he's focused on Devion Black and he's focused on moving forward.
You know, just like a quarterback in the NFL, just like a pitcher in Major League Baseball, you need to forget the last home run you gave up. You need to forget the last interception you threw, and you need to come back and score a touchdown.
All right, well, these two circling each other. Collar and elbow lockup, here we go. Into a headlock. Rook Tyler banging his head as he's putting the pressure on Devion's.
And I suspect a chess match here to start out. Move, counter move, hold, counter hold. Just feeling each other out, particularly with two men who are very used to each other and know each other so well.
What are your first impressions of someone like a young Devion Black here, D'Lo? What do you see when you see this guy?
Well, I see attitude. I see the swagger he has when he walks to the ring. I see that confidence. These are all pluses in my opinion, because that's the separation between the professional wrestler who makes a living at this and succeeds, or that guy who stays in the opening match. It is the attitude and the swagger.
There's a difference between a job and a career, that's for sure. Oh, beautiful headshot to the turnbuckle. And Walker, we've seen Rook Tyler's ascent. We've also seen this little reign of terror that Devion's been on. Which one of these gentlemen do you think has the edge here?
Oh, that's a fantastic question, Tony. And if I am being honest, I'm not really certain. Rook Tyler and Devion Black completely evenly matched. We have seen them go tit for tat, back and forth consistently in Texoma Pro Wrestling.
Running knee in the corner here, and I'm thinking Rook has the early advantage right now.
1, 2, just a 2 count as the purple-haired headbanger gets the first near fall of the evening.
Almost a flash knockdown, knockout right there.
Going to the top rope already. Rook is really feeling it, and he's feeling himself like he lost his keys.
I think Rook is going for an early and quick victory here.
Measuring him, but Devion rolls out. Look at that, the ring awareness of the technician, Devion Black.
Smart move there. But the question is, did he roll far enough?
Rook getting the crowd behind them. We will rock you, says the man from Detroit Rock City, and he gets rocked by Devion for his trouble. What a shot to the cranium.
Forearm right to the temple there, and a drop kick in the exact same place.
Yeah, you see that, D'Lo, exactly the pinpoint accuracy of Devion Black fully on display here tonight.
Yeah, that was meant to knock Rook out.
Just a 1 count. Yes, the Von Erichs taught us that the temple is the thinnest part of the skull, applying that pressure with the claw for all those years, and Devion focusing on that spot. If you want to knock a guy out, that's the spot you want to aim for.
And it's not just the temple, Tony. You see him now focusing on that left leg of Rook Tyler. Devion Black, he's known to do this. He's the technician for a reason, Tony. Picks a body part, he wears it down. Well, and he shows off a little bit while he's at it.
It's not just a catchy nickname. It's not just to sell T-shirts. This man really is a technician.
Well, and the reason for pinpointing a leg in this particular instance is to take 90% of Rook's offense away from him. Rook wants to work above the ropes. Rook wants to work at an elevated pace. You cannot do that with a compromised wheel.
He is one of the quickest competitors we have. Everything he does is high impact, so that's right. It's hard to get those high impact moves when you're on one foot.
Drop kick right there to the kneecap, and that does twofold. It inflicts pain, and it also jams the knee backwards, almost locking it into place.
I'm very excited to continue seeing what we have here. Two of the hardest hitting athletes to step into it at Texoma Pro Wrestling ring in Devion and Rook Tyler.
You can see this match is not at an easy pace. This match is up-tempo, and everything is a snug, hard thud.
Laying them in, man. Soup bones one after another. Devion Black laying into the head of the headbanger. Oh, ducks out of the way, though. What quickness.
Oh, turn him inside out.
Did you see him spin, D'Lo? What a shot from Rook Tyler. Not being able to capitalize, though. Finally getting over to him. Oh, and Devion going to the eyes with an underhanded tactic. That's got to be frustrating, D'Lo. You do all these high-impact moves, and then your opponent does something underhanded, and just like that, you're back from square one.
And that's the thing. When you're trying to play by the rules and just wrestle, and you're not thinking about cheating when someone else throws a thumb in the eye, you're like, you son of a...
Man, look at this, wrapping the legs. Oh, figure four around the pole, D'Lo.
Oh, shades of Bret Hart.
I think you've done this before, if
I've
I'm not
done
correct.
it, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Now, that's literally when you're bending someone's shin against a metal post there, and it's not supposed to bend that way.
No, and the human body is not meant to move or be manipulated in that fashion, inflicting tons of pain on the 4 points of pressure that are the figure four.
Walker, I don't know what to do here, man. My guy's not looking that great. You know, I'm a huge Rook Tyler supporter, but I'm also a realist, and I don't like his odds right now.
Absolutely, and I understand, especially go for the cover here. Hold on a minute.
Just a one count. He's kicking out early, though.
Especially after coming off that loss yesterday to his opponent at Texoma Pro Wrestling in Sherman. I mean, Rook Tyler, he has to find a way to build up that momentum. He's not looking too good right now.
And here we go.
Oh, look at this, focusing on that knee. Oh, my gosh. I am so impressed by the technical and submission prowess of this young Devion.
And look at this. It's the ankle lock, the heel hook, as well as a well-placed knee in the small, soft part of the knee joint.
It's like 3 submission holds at once.
It is, and it's points of pressure where you don't even know what to grab anymore.
Look at Rook trying to work some life back into that leg.
He's
there,
loosening
Walker.
that boot right there, Tony.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's swelling up.
It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
Step up Inseguri, but didn't get all of it.
No, not at all. You could see Rook could not get any upward lift off that injured, compromised knee.
1, 2. Well, what do you do if you're Rook? I mean, if you're trying to Inseguri, either foot's going to be ineffective because you're either going to be swinging an injured leg or you're going to be using an injured leg to plant.
And that's where you can't wrestle on just pure emotion and go out of what you normally would do. You're injured. You're compromised. You have to think on your feet and do something different.
Possibly the inexperience of Rook Tyler coming into play. Although he is a breakout star and one of the brightest stars here at Texoma Pro, he has only been a graduate for a little over a year now.
And that's the inexperience. You just go what you're used to doing, and you know what? Sometimes you can't do the norm.
Got to mix up the playlist. I know that being a DJ. Some jams that might pop some crowds may not pop other ones. Sometimes you got to mix in the reggaeton with the hip-hop. You know what I mean?
Here you go, dropping it like you hot.
Yes, sir. I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite DJ for a reason, D'Lo. Better recognize.
Oh, back elbow, shotgun elbow there.
He recognized that. I'm sure. Oh, and look, rolling through. Rook Tyler, another flying elbow. Now we're cooking with fish grease, Mr. Brown.
And you see the tempo.
Beautiful
Look at
German.
That. Wow, release German.
Did you see Devion spring to the outside?
And I don't know if that was Devion going out on his own or momentum.
Either way, he got the separation he needed, but Rook's right there on top of him, man. Rook's hungry. You can tell. He's trying to avenge that loss last night, trying to move forward, and now he's going up to the top. He's measuring the technician, Devion, who unfortunately for him is right in the middle of the drop zone.
And here we go. Swanton hit to perfection.
Beautiful swanton. 1, 2.
Got him,
oh
no!
My gosh. Rook Tyler calls that the stage dive, and it was an absolute thing of beauty, D'Lo. Have you ever seen a swanton that good outside of Jeff Hardy?
That's what I was going to say. Shades of Jeff Hardy. It was picture perfect.
Up in the fireman's carry. Got him up. What are we doing here? Oh, back down. Devion's got him. Oh, but Rook reverses it. Up and
Flip
over.
What? Counter and counter hold. Flying clothesline. No, super kick right on the chin.
These men are going back and forth, gentlemen. This is incredible.
Got him.
Alley driver. Cover him, Rook. Cover
Hook.
him. 1, 2, 3.
What a match. What a match.
The Rockstar getting back in the winning ways, and I can tell you, D'Lo, this after party tonight is going to be something. Walker Stewart, my guy, got a win again. He's back in the winning ways. All is right in Ardmore, Oklahoma, Walker Stewart.
And you know what has to be going through the mindset of Rook Tyler right now? That victory that Aaron Sykes picked up against him yesterday had to have been a fluke. There is nothing other to say about it. Rook Tyler's back in his winning ways, and you know that he's going to be targeting Aaron Sykes in the very near future to try and reclaim that victory.
Well, next up, folks, we have an incredible matchup. In Texas, we call this a hoss fight. In Oklahoma, we'll just call it a battle of the monsters.